Dhikr of Allah compared to all is highest, greatest, the remembrance of Allah. The remembrance of Allah is the ruh, is the soul of all worship actions. In that worship action, if there's no dhikr, remembrance of Allah, then that is not ibadah. Any worship action, take it. Any example. It is made and completed with the dhikr of Allah. And if there's no dhikr, remembrance of Allah, then it is not ibadah, it's not worship. So that ibadah, that action, dhikr of Allah is so great, then imagine the gathering of dhikr, how great it will be. How much Allah's rahmah, mercy must be on that gathering, descending on that gathering, that action that Allah is saying, Wala dhikrullah akbar, that the dhikr of Allah is very high indeed, extremely high. Many individuals, many people, they do various actions in the world. A person does many actions in the world. He doesn't understand the importance of the action. He doesn't realize the reward. He doesn't have the ilm, the knowledge that what reward will he get in the hereafter. But such amal, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He enables His creation and servant to do them in the earth, and when he gets to the hereafter, he'll be amazed that such a great action I did. Allah, how did I do this suddenly? How did I do this action? So this is the case here as well. That such a great gathering for which Allah Ta'ala has given the guarantee on this majlis, this gathering, just for sitting in this gathering, Allah Ta'ala says the person who just sits in this gathering with whatever niyyah, intention he does, and he sits, he cannot leave this gathering empty-handed. He will never go empty-handed from this gathering. So this is Allah's grace. In the hadith, it is stated that the biggest ni'mah, the biggest treasure, now what a great statement, that in the world there are many treasures around us. Many treasures around us. Unlimited treasures of Allah around us on earth. How many ni'mas there are? You can't count. You'll lose count. All the treasures that Allah has given around us. Allah says, put all the treasures to one side. All the big treasures around you, kingdoms and leadership and there's travel, there's life, whatever there is. But the biggest ni'mah, treasure Allah Ta'ala has given, Allah says that that person who I give the ability to remember me, that's the biggest treasure. We don't even know this. Why has Allah Ta'ala said this? That Allah Ta'ala said that it's a great treasure of mine when you do dhikr. That today if we don't understand, but tomorrow when your eyes open, we're sleeping at the moment. When the eyes open in the future, we'll realize what a great reward or great ni'mah, treasure Allah gave to us, bestowed to us to do His dhikr. And the achievement, if a person sticks to that and grabs hold of it, because if Allah Ta'ala said it, it's the greatest ni'mah, then how can a person leave it? A great treasure is this, that such a door has opened up for us, that through that door everything you can attain. Everything you can get via the dhikr of Allah, remembrance of Allah. Remember this is how great is this treasure of dhikr of Allah. And why has Allah said that dhikr, His dhikr is the greatest ni'mah? Why? In the hadith it is stated, Allah Ta'ala says in the hadith, that when my servant remembers me, does my dhikr, like you'll do dhikr, or you're doing dhikr, whenever you do dhikr, remember Allah. Allah says, when my servant, whenever he remembers me and does my dhikr, then Allah says, my rahmah is with that person. My rahmah is with that person. Yes? So 1 minute that a person should not be devoid of Allah's rahmah, such a door, dhikr of Allah. If the servant wants, then not even a minute will he be detached from the rahmah of Allah. So if you die in that state, then tell me what a great death that will be. So it's His statement that whatever, this is His statement, I'm telling you, I'm showing, these are those people who had achieved during their life, they had vision, they had achieved, they said, all the muqarrabs, the whoever Allah Ta'ala has made, a wali Allah, ghaus, qutab, abdal, irshad, all of these are ranks of walis of Allah. Yeah, different ranks. There are so many different ranks of wali Allah. Yes, many levels. A person who is following and practicing what I'm saying, he will be on that maqam. Remember what I'm saying, the silsila Naqshbandi doesn't leave you behind. It will give you these maqamat if you work hard and make effort. Listen to the words of this fakir. then dunya won't think what you are, but you'll be on that maqam if you make effort and if you follow the practice according to the ta'lim and the education you've been given. And if you work hard on tazkiyah, you leave the sins, you are regular, punctual on dhikr of Allah, then walayat will come to you. For sure, it will come to you maqamat. But these day enjoyment of 4 days in this world, don't let us achieve, oh, I've just done a little bit tasbih. Follow those principles that I've explained to you. Implement them. I've explained, my hal has become like this, that 1,500, 2,000, I couldn't even imagine when I see that 2,000 people, bayanat are published and full of dhikr of Allah mentioned. 1,500, 2,000 bayanat. Imagine how much there's been discussion on dhikr of Allah. 1,500, 2,000 bayans, kitabs have been published, books have been published, on which point my own topic is just one. Just one topic. I have no enmity, nobody, no differences with anybody. No, we don't go towards difference of opinion or difference, etc. Just one work. وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا. The dhikr of Allah is the greatest. Do dhikr of Allah in abundance. Imitate the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the beloved of Allah, and do dhikr of Allah. That's it. We don't put anybody down. We don't compete with anybody. We don't criticize anybody. Just two actions. Whatever action, whatever work of the deen people are doing in the world, they are high in our eyesight. They are high in our eyesight. So only Allah Ta'ala allows that person to do dhikr of Allah who Allah Ta'ala loves. Remember this. It's not for a common person to get this number. Allah says, I pick that person up from the bed. And Allah says, I drag that person to my dhikr, to my remembrance. This is Hazrat Gangohi Sahib. And going back to his statement, what a beautiful statement he said. And he also presented a verse at that time. Yes, he said that this world, like an ocean, it's a vast ocean. Allah Ta'ala's name. Keep on repeating it. Keep on repeating. Do it. That dhikr of Allah is such a great action. It is such a great action. Hazrat Gangohi Sahib said that there's no upper limit. There's no quantity. There's only one standard, that just do dhikr of Allah endlessly. Don't do it if you're lazy. You do it for the sake of dunya, for the sake of deen, whilst you're walking, wherever you are, whatever you do, whatever condition you're in. Even if you're doing it to deceive people in the world. Whatever your intention is, but Allah Ta'ala's name is so much barakah. However you do dhikr of Allah, he said. Allah, if you recite Allah's name, then it will pull on you and it will give you benefit for sure. This was his statement, that he was sat down. So Hazrat Maulana Ilyas Sahib and Hazrat Sheikh Hadith, his nephew, they were sat there, and Hazrat Rashid Gangohi Sahib came out. He said, is anyone sat here? Because he couldn't see, he was elderly than. They both stood up. They said, yes Hazrat, we are sat here. I am Zakaria and he's my uncle. He said, listen carefully, I want to tell you. He must have seen Kashf, that he came out of his room and he came to them to address them. Because that was their life. He gave a message to them. And because obviously that they had to do big work of Tabligh Jamaat. And he was to give them, the Hazrat Sheikh Hadith was to write Fazal Amal, and Maulana Ilyas Sahib was to initiate Tabligh Jamaat. So he gave Nasiyah. He said, remember this, both of you listen and tell the people. And they said, yes Hazrat, what is it that you're saying? And he said, don't leave the dhikr of Allah. He said, don't leave the dhikr of Allah. In every condition, every circumstance, every moment, keep the dhikr of Allah alive. It will give you benefit. And then he went back into his room. That's what he said. Such a great message. Both had to take the message, and both were lovers of the dhikr of Allah. After that, the Hazrat Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah, he promoted Tabligh Jamaat via dhikr of Allah, and Hazrat Sheikh Hadith, mashallah, he promoted dhikr. That was their work, that was their mission. That was their mission, their teaching. So the pious elders, they have taught us that whatever you attain and achieve will be done via the dhikr of Allah. Remembrance of Allah in the world, the hereafter, wherever you go in life, in Jannah, that you can only attain Allah Ta'ala's nearness via His remembrance. If you get Allah's nearness, what else do you want to do? So whatever condition you're in the world, do dhikr of Allah. Don't leave it whether you're healthy or not, you feel like it or not. Doesn't matter, the Shaykh has given you the prescription. What to do, dhikr, keep on doing it. Never give up hope, I'm not getting benefit. It cannot be that Allah Ta'ala's name will not give you benefit.